All right. Apparently, I just hit puberty there. All right. Welcome back to the Austin Young Show. And guys, I am joined by the amazing, the one, the only, is a true passionate role model for the Dallas music scene. But you are a fashion icon, so we do love you for that.
We could say that.
Yeah. So, Dezi, thank you so much for coming on. Dezi is one of the most inspirational singers, songwriters, performers, entertainers in the DFW area. Guys, a lot of my guests, I try to go deep into their background, everything like that. Dezi has done so many interviews with so many people. Just do a tiny bit of research on him and you will find his full background because I wanted to talk with him today about the future. Dezi, welcome to the fucking show, man.
Thanks for having me on the show. It's about time. Can we curse?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's about damn time.
Hey, that's your own fault. You're the busiest man in showbiz here in Dallas. It's getting a hold of you is like harder than getting a hold of a dinosaur at this point.
I'm still trying to get a hold of myself, so I feel you.
So, Dezi, you got a lot on your plate, literally a shit ton. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to gossip about. So you are about to release an album in the next couple of months.
Correct.
Please tell us about it and how it differs from your old stuff.
I'm about to release a contemporary R&B album by the name of Dirty Laundry. Just came up with that name this summer, actually. It was so many different names. I
can tell you, I know why you got so much dirty laundry, but...
I'm a true artist, and I've had so many different... It started out, the record was going to be Desmond, then it was going to be Master Plan, then it was going to be Key at the Door, it was going to be Pick Up Your Phone, and now, concluding the entire project is Dirty Laundry, which is the last recording on the album, actually.
So are you finished recording? Because I know you are an absolute perfectionist, and in past interviews you've said that you are going to be meticulous with this album. Where are you with it?
I'm done.
You are done.
I'm done.
I don't believe you.
I don't. I am one. Okay. Well. Okay. Wait.
Is it mastered? Is it EQ'd? Like, what's going on?
Okay. Well, we'll put it this way. We're done. I don't have to do any more recording.
Okay, so your portion's done.
My portion done. The musician's portion's done. All of the songs are complete. Now, as far as mastering the album totally, that's just where we are now because we have all the songs are selected. We have introductions. We have, interludes. Everything is all selected. It's just the whole point right now we're waiting on is just mastering the whole album together as a total.
Quickly, where'd you record and who is doing the mastering?
So I recorded the record at the Kitchen Studios off of Garland Road in East Dallas, Lakewood. What would you consider that area? East Dallas.
Old East Dallas.
Old East Dallas,
yeah.
Okay, well, I recorded all of my vocals, everything at the Kitchen. With the exception of the last song, I'm working with the Institute on the entire album, who's actually doing the mixing and mastering and everything as well. And I pretty much had all my songs recorded. And I went to New York and let some friends listen to the songs. And one of my friends said, dude, you're just airing out all your dirty laundry in this music. And I was like, oh, shoot, I should call the album Dirty Laundry. And then I came home and said, we need to write a song called Dirty Laundry. And then we did. And then that's when I said, I believe that the album is really finished. I'm not adding anything else. Like, I'm complete. I feel complete.
So it's a big departure from your older stuff because, I mean, Dezi, as a lot of people know you, is not necessarily a dance artist, but like kind of a dance pop artist kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
I definitely scratched the surfaces in Dallas as a pop artist. I did. I wanted that really badly at that time because, I didn't want to be quote unquote cliche. If you see a black guy, you either think he's hip hop or he's gonna croon some R&B songs. So my whole goal was to almost kind of like Michael Jackson was with Thriller and his first Off the Wall. He really wanted his album to be considered pop and not R&B. He really wanted to. I don't know, something about wanting to have that pop because it's pop. It's popular.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's more than, when you say pop, sometimes people immediately think like bubblegum sounding. No, pop means it's just popular.
I mean, pop can, you can go from Billie Eilish to the Jackson 5.
Exactly.
Like, it's
You know what I'm
just,
saying? So, I just didn't want to. I wanted to stray from the R&B field, so I dove in really hard and strong with the EDM sound, and I was very into Lady Gaga and Zed and all the fun things about Madonna and at the time Beyonce was in a big transition of becoming a little bit more raunchy than she was. So I just kind of like embodied all of that, and this was around the time when iTunes was beginning, CDs weren't being bought anymore. So yeah, I started into into the music scene in Dallas as a pop star.
well, I
Pop
mean,
music,
because
yeah.
our audience just listened on the front end here of Lose Control.
Yes.
And you were saying that is now 10 years old.
Yeah, Lose Control was the first recording that I ever did. It was when I first got my first nomination for the Dallas Observer Music Awards.
R.I.P.
And R.I.P. Rest in peace. I was at the time. I always want to quit or something. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing music anymore. If I don't get a nomination or whatever, I quit. Well, then I get a nomination.
So dramatic.
So dramatic. That's me. I'm like, I quit. I'm done. And then I get a nomination, and then I'm like, oh, shoot, but I don't have any music. So then I decided to record this song, Lose Control, which was written by myself and my friend Forrest Brooks, and it was produced by Josh Good. It's more of an EDM, balls to the walls, unapologetic club number, telling you to lose control, and when you lose control and you mess up, when it started all over again, and do it all over again the next day. So yeah, that's who that first song that you're hearing is the first song that I ever recorded. It's my first baby. It's the first time that I ever was able to have like a digital platform as a musician and a recording artist. So that's a very important song to me. Yeah.
So you can tell that you've obviously grown because the other two songs that we'll play and the other stuff that you've released since, you can tell that you've grown and grown as an artist.
Right.
This time round, you're using a lot more, analog music, a lot more, guitars, drums. You're not using so
Yes.
much synthesizers or anything like that in your
Right.
recordings.
Well, we're definitely using synthesizers.
Well,
but
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a Dezi album without some synths, but like for you, I mean, with this new album coming up, like what are you hoping to portray to a new listener, somebody that isn't familiar with the old Dezi stuff? Are you trying to capture more of the R&B soul crowd finally? Because you have stuff that's, oh no, you're good. Oh, I re-edit. But no, so on this album, what are you hoping to portray to new listeners?
To be honest, I am a middle. I won't say middle age. Is 40 considered middle age?
Hell no, we got people living to like 120.
Okay,
and
well,
shit
I'm a man in his prime. And
By the way, Veronica's 45, and I ain't telling anybody that 40 is middle age. Get my ass whooped.
I'm a man in my prime, and I believe that there are a lot of people on the same level. I hang around a lot of people around my age, and a lot of us still out there searching for love. A lot of us don't believe in monogamy. A lot of us are into polyamory. A lot of us are just like, I give up on love, and that's a big subject in the world of where I party and where I hang out. Everyone's always in and out of love. There's relationship crap, and everybody's going through everything but me.
Well, do you mind if I get a little personal? Like
Yeah,
some
no
stuff,
problem.
like in the past, you've told me that, you're like, I'm getting older. Like I don't necessarily want, everybody falls in love with Dezi, with the character, but then
Right.
do they really want Desmond, the person at the end? And you said that you're sick of like, they think they want the party boy and all that, but once they have you, it's like, oh no, like I want you to stay home and do this. And it's like, are you now looking for love differently? Like, do you have a new set of rules on it?
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
what this
looking
album
for?
is all about. Like, that's really what I'm conveying in this album is where I stand when it comes to relationships, because everybody's interpretation of relationships is different, but society has painted one way.
True.
For us, and it makes it very hard for a lot of us to really understand why things aren't working out quite the way we want it to, because we're trying to follow what society says that we should do, whether it's for straight, gay, whatever. It's there's still a society way for all of it, and it's like some of us are just not that way, or some of us not. That's not in our thread. And I realized over the years that that's not in my thread. I'm not knocking any type of monogamy or relationships, but I just maybe feel like that's probably not for me. This record is basically talking about that in total, like the fear of not being traditional, or being able to step outside of that box and not be like the norm, and I don't want to have a husband or a wife. I just want to fuck with somebody for the rest of my life. And when I say fuck with somebody, it's somebody that's cool. I can come over, watch movies with, and hang out, and I can send them on their merry way. They can go home. I can still do me. They can still do them. But it's like I want to fuck with you for the rest of my life. Like, you really are somebody that I could see myself fucking with, not being with, not marrying, not being under them all day or whatever the situation may be, but just actually just having, like, I could see myself fucking with you. And that's like one of the songs that's in the album. It's one of the real, it's a very real song.
Well, what's it called when the album eventually comes out? What it'll be?
It was the name of the song?
Yes.
It's called FWM, which is the acronym for Fuck With Me.
That needs to be a t-shirt right there.
There you go. Yeah, fuck with me. And just from past relationships and things that I've gone through, and how I kind of see how I want my future to be. Like, I do see myself, having some partners, and just, they stay over there. I stay over. I'm a Cancer. I like to hang out alone. I like to put like my candles and watch Dynasty. I don't want nobody talking about what I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just but I do love people, and I love company, and I love, you know what I'm saying?
So is that where, Dezi 5 more comes out as the character, rather than Desmond is the Cancer that likes to stay at home and, truly fuck
I will
with
say
people
that this
kind of
album is more, is more Desmond, honestly. Dezi 5 is not taking a backside, because Dezi 5 is always there, but Dezi 5 is mostly on
you can't
stage.
keep a handle on Dezi 5.
Yeah,
There's no keeping a thumb on that.
This is really Desmond. If I can talk about some of the other songs on the album,
this is your time. You talk about whatever the fuck you want,
yeah.
man.
So the song is this album. The title track is "Dirty Laundry," and like I say, we recorded it. That was the last song we recorded. It's the last song that we recorded.
That's fitting. The title track is the last song.
Like, it's the last song. Yeah, and "Dirty Laundry" is basically an adult me being able to tell people, don't bring me your dirty laundry. Leave it out there, because I don't got time for it. Get your shit together. I don't got time. Like, so basically that's the setting of this entire record, is just basically letting everybody know, this is just me. I don't have time for your dirty laundry. Come on in and let's have a good time together, but don't bring any of your problems to me. I don't need it right now. I'm focused on me. I'm focused on my life. I'm focused on elevating and other things, and sometimes when people come into your life, they tend to bring their issues with them. And
that's just humans in general.
Yeah, humans in general,
in general.
So I'm just basically letting everybody know I don't want your dirty laundry.
So this is putting the world on blast. Dezi's done with your bullshit.
Yes. And the song literally goes, you can have it all, dirty socks and drawers. I'ma tell it all, even all my flaws.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah,
I want that as a greeting card for every day.
Because I'm pouring it all out there. So I'm giving you my dirty laundry. I'm airing out my dirty laundry, but I'm also asking you. I don't want yours either. You get people that people with baggage. You heard of people in relationships, and they always want to bring up things that their exes did and all this type of stuff. And you're like, you're with a new person right now. Like, that's dirty laundry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, get rid of it, so you can use this for anything in life, with work. People come to you at work, start telling you about shit at home. I don't need that dirty laundry. Baby, listen. I'm good.
Well, speaking of dirty laundry, real quick, three real quick things, right? What are your 3 biggest red flags now with a potential partner?
No job.
That's also for working with people, anything. If you ain't got a real job.
And I'm not expecting for anybody to be rich here or have a Fortune 500 company or whatever the situation may be. Just have something to get up to, some sense of drive. So if you don't
You
have
cannot be in the house 24/7. Like, yeah.
only I can. I'm just
I see you trying to be kept over here.
yeah. And then another red flag is is confident. I can't people with their heads down, slumpy shoulders, posture means a lot. That means you were kind of taught to. So it has a lot to do with confidence. So I don't like slouchy. So if I see you slouching, you got on flip flops, you're sagging, you got on a do rag, baby, that's out of there.
Yeah. If you're not doing your dirty laundry, that's probably not the outfit for you right
It's
there.
not gonna work. If I can see your booty, I want to wait for that. I don't want to see it right in the beginning. Give me something to work for. So
So you'll say confidence,
confidence, and you got to have a job.
and you got to have a job. What's third?
And third, honestly, just I don't know. I guess that comes with confidence and having a job, but of course, just being nice, just being a genuinely a good human being.
Yeah, like you don't want somebody that's going to treat a waiter like shit.
Oh yeah, that's a red. If if I see how you tip or I see oh my gosh, or we go to a restaurant and I'm like, oh, that's 100% a red flag. I don't like douchebags. I like douchebaggery to a certain extent.
Douchebaggery when it's warranted.
Right.
Kind of thing,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't, if you can, I like people that can get the job done, get the thing done. And like I said, that just comes with confidence, assertiveness, aggressiveness, just, that's vigor is something that I always, so anything that lacks vigor, lacks confidence, lack any type of, it's already a no for me. And that's anything, relationships, friends, all of it,
Well, I think this is a good segue because we're about to go to commercial break and we're going to play a song, which the dog is apparently very excited for this one.
Yeah.
So pick up your phone.
Yes.
I mean, you want to say, I don't really think you need to say what this is about. The song pretty much sums
Speaks for
it up.
itself, yeah.
But when you were recording this,
Yes.
was there anything that stuck out? Did you know this was going to get the crowd response that it does at shows?
No, I did
People
not.
fucking love this song.
I didn't. I when I first wrote the song, I was in the lab with Furlough, my producer, and I came up with this concept. I'm like, I won't write a song about people picking up their phones, like not picking up their phones. It's 2024. People are still to this day. I get agitated from people not answering the phone or people. And then there's times when I don't pick up the phone. I'm avoiding a phone call. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm like, so that song is just written out of pure human frustration. And I thought that the content was pretty lame, but 9 times out of 10, if something is lame, that's because it's actually catchy. You know what I mean? And so
lame is not like I feel like people think catchy pop songs or like ballads because this is a mix between a ballad and a pop song. It's very catchy. It's very. I'm trying to think like it's diva. It's pop. It's
nostalgic.
Everything. It's great.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's like a nostalgic sound with a contemporary dialogue. But it's so contemporary that I believe if we sang this song in '69, it still would receive the same type of impact because I wanted this to be a general song, even from the chord progression. The chord progression is very similar to "No Woman, No Cry" from Bob Marley.
Yep. But it's got the passion of like Diana Ross, Bad Girls, almost kind of behind it too.
Yeah. It's sassy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
It's sassy. It's very sassy. It's basically, when someone picked you text somebody and you saw that they read it. It literally says read.
Sarcastic.
It's sarcastic.
As fuck.
Yeah. It's like I checked and I saw the red button or when it said delivered. When it's not delivered, if there's nothing that comes after it and then don't let me see that it said read. Oh, and you read it.
That line, it's like, I checked the message. I saw you
read it. Yeah. And so I just put that song together. My friend Tommy Simpson, who is known as Amir Poem, the artist formerly known as Topic.
Is that what we're called?
He now goes by. Wait a minute. No, it's Amir Poems, but Tommy Raps. Tommy Raps is
Tommy
what he
Raps,
goes by
okay.
now. So Tommy Raps and I were hanging at the house, and he helped me out with diction. He's very good with words and poetry, and I remember us writing this. So I still have the footage of us on my phone of me and him in the room trying to come up with the concept for this song. So we came up with the concept, we recorded the song, but then we recorded the song in the lab. I was still working in a home studio at that time. Okay. So we were still in the lab with Furlough at the time, and we went on ahead and recorded it, but we realized that this song needs a little bit more attention. We took it to the lab. We wanted to have, everybody always asked me, and I'm going to say, they always told me to try to sound like Leon Bridges. I love Leon Bridges.
I love Leon Bridges,
but
your voice to me
it's not my goal to try to sound like Leon Bridges. But I noticed that Leon Bridges got a lot of white followers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that really support him. So I said, okay, well then, what? I don't have to sound like Leon, but I could totally do a nostalgic sound.
Yes.
Everybody is into nostalgia, that sound. So, that's why there's lots of organ. If you hear the organ in there, but there's organ, but also it's like organ and piano, the bass line is just very simple.
It's like an old haunting kind of thing, because even Charlie Crockett does it to a certain extent.
Yeah, he actually, I sent it to Charlie before it came out or anything, and Charlie said, dude, bro, you got a hit on your hand, Now, true enough, the true words to the song is bitch, pick up your phone. And it's so crazy how people are so touchy about that. But they hear so many other songs with so much other provocative things in it. But my one little word, bitch, makes them, it's like.
Well, I don't think a cis white male would have been able to get away with that. but
yeah. But because it's like, I guess, I think he could. It ought to.
I think it would be way more derogatory.
Right.
It's
because
almost,
it's like bitch is like almost a sense of endearment as well. Your friends, you'd be like,
you
oh,
call everyone bitch.
Yeah, that's my bitch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it could be that, but then it could also be bitch, pick up your phone. But then like, bitch, pick up your phone. It's like.
So have you had blowback from the song?
Huh?
Have you had blowback from the song?
I haven't had blowback from it, but a lot of people always tell me that, do I have a clean version? And I do.
Oh, for radio play?
For radio play, it says, please pick up your phone.
Please pick up your phone. Got it.
Which people still, when I perform it live, and I perform it at a lot of places where I have to still say, please pick up your phone. And people, they still laugh at the song. They still laugh at the situation. And sometimes what I do is I tell them there's supposed to be a word there that I can't say, but you can, and it's kind of like fun to do it that way. But it's not that I know for a fact, I tried to get on KX, KXT plays my song religiously because but I tried to get on Good Morning Texas, Good Morning, and I feel like with the clout that I have already done it and saying pick up your phone in there, and I keep thinking that it's probably because of the bitch. I don't know, but
I think, well, maybe for morning TV they're a little more apprehensive.
Which I can say please pick up your phone, but if they go look up the song is going to literally go to the original, which I am going to release a clean version of it, but I want to release it when I release some remixes, from the album, and so that people.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's going to be a whole dance side to all of this as well.
Well, it's not that it's going to be a dance side. I'm going to tap more into hip hop artists and have them to do some features on some of the songs, and then like as far as like Key at the Door is a song that is reminiscent to the '80s of Tina Marie and Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
so I want to do like those. I want to do like really long, extended dance, like you say, like dance versions. But like the House of Freaks did a version of Key at the Door. Zeke for Forever, he wants to do a pick up your phone. I'm like, you want to do a dance? He said, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, if you want to remix it, go right on ahead. So I'm just letting all these folks, and then Dirty Laundry is going to be featuring some hip hop artists, and we're really going to dig into the Dirty Laundry.
Have you ever thought about for the opening, kind of like what 9 Inch Nails did way back in the day? They let all the masters with all the solo instruments and everything out publicly and just said, remix it, do whatever the fuck you want with it. And then people ended up remixing amazing.
Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. I think right now my goal is, because it's been so long, this is the first time I've ever released a record. I've done an EP, I've done singles. So I've always wanted. This is any artist that's an artist. They've always wanted to release a record. I've been in the game for 10 years, haven't had a record. So this is a big deal to me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm very nervous about how I'm going to release it, how I'm going to sell it. You know, I can easily say, "Hey, my album comes out on this date," and then in hopes that you guys stream it. But you know, I really want to figure out a way to to Beyonce this mug. And when I say Beyonce this mug, I want to campaign it. I want to, everybody's talking about Kamala and all of them. I want to be like that. You know, like this for what I've been doing, and also on top of that, what I've been doing with the community. Everything is always in goal of my. I'm being honest of myself. You know, putting out what my brand is. Dezi 5 is about bringing people together. So everything that I do, Dallas Entertainment Awards, whatever, is all encompassing, hopefully drawing them to Dezi.
Well, we will get to that because the Dallas Entertainment Awards, we'll talk about that when we come back.
Okay.
Guys, this is Bitch, Pick Up Your Phone by Dezi motherfucking 5. Okay. Everybody, welcome back to the Austin Young Show. That was Pick Up Your Phone by Dezi 5. Guys, still joined by Dezi, the man, the legend,
What's
the one,
up,
the
everybody?
only. So I got a question for you, Dezi.
Yes.
You are heavily involved in the drag scene in Dallas.
Yeah, I will say that I was.
You was.
I still have a connection with them, but yeah, go ahead and ask me what you were going to ask me.
Well, my friend Steve wanted to know, have you ever, because you've always been like a DJ that I've seen you with drag shows.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever like dressed up and performed professionally?
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
And the only reason why not, because I'm too lazy.
That's a lot of like.
It's a lot of
you
work.
have to be really good at makeup.
Oh no, makeup, tucking, just completely like being cinched and drawn up for like hours on top of hours. I let somebody else do it. Now I support them. I love my queens. I love drag queens. I like to talk. I love to talk shit. I like it when people don't get too sensitive, and I can read you for filth, and we still can be friends. That's why I like drag queens, because that's what we do. And so I became what you call I became a drag DJ. That's how I started DJing. So I started getting more into drag when I lived in New York.
Okay.
I didn't really tap into it more when I lived here.
Because you were kind of on the forefront of bringing the shows. Like you and Bleach brought a lot of the shows to Dallas.
Well, it's because
there really wasn't.
Yeah. Like basically, Horchata, who is from Austin. Horchata's
greatest fucking name.
Horchata's like the mother of Brooklyn. Her and Mary Cherry, they're like the mothers of Brooklyn. And I was a part of their tribe when I lived there. And when I moved back to Dallas, because of the pandemic, and actually I wasn't planning on moving back at the time. I was just like, I'm gonna host some drag brunches. Do you know any dope queens in Dallas that you could hook me up with? Now I know that there are lots of queens in Dallas, but they don't know you, and there's a certain code or something you have to get in. I don't know what it is, but Horchata introduced me to Bleach.
Okay.
And Bleach is the code. Bleach was the code. Like Bleach is like one of the most magnificent drag queens in Dallas. Party throwers, producers. Most fun, So introducing me to Bleach, me and Bleach worked together over the summer, and then we kind of started doing more than just drag brunch, introducing me to more other queens in Dallas. And now I do have a presence with the Dallas queens, and I can call some of the Dallas queens and kings my family.
Well, one of the most impressive things I ever saw was at a show you were DJing at the Freeman, and this queen got up, did a full-on death drop, and broke into the splits.
Yeah.
And if that were me, I would have had to go to the hospital.
Oh,
in about
me
5
too.
seconds.
100%. I don't do those things, and I don't try because I'm too old.
Well, one of the things I do want to know is, like, especially with the current, horrible political climate we have here in the U.S. of, like, what do you think is, like, one of the best way that we can, like, change the hearts and minds of the ignorant, right, that are, like, so against drag right now and thinking that it's, grooming and pedophilic? Like, how do we kind of go, no, fuck you, like, here's what it's actually about?
Well, I think, first of all, if everybody could just clean up their own kitchens, worry about their own house, and then just and instead of worrying, instead of worrying about a drag queen enjoying themselves, making money, they have actually, RuPaul is the queen of all queens. And RuPaul has created this phenomenon for these drag queens to make money by doing what they love.
He's brought it into the mainstream.
Yeah, so right now, don't knock it. Either just don't look at it, go somewhere else. There's so many other places you can go, so many other things you can do. We're not asking you to like it. Just don't try to knock it. The kids just want to make money doing what they love. And if I have to say anything about that, just worry about yourself and just focus on how you can make yourself better. As far as the people are and the political climate of how people feel against drag, like just girl, leave it alone.
Which ties into the new album.
Yeah,
a lot of that is about be yourself and be your best self.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
And when it's more than just being yourself, just like, dude, you're worried about a drag queen being seen by a child, but then we're living in a world where people can easily get shot. I'm in Texas, so the New Yorker in me is gonna hush because I don't like to really talk about a lot of the politic things, but
I stopped yelling at people because I don't know who's got a gun. Like,
yeah,
you could cut me off,
exactly.
and I'm no longer going to flip you off anymore.
I'm definitely. I experienced a lot of, still to this day, experiencing a lot of situations happen with people just being able to just have guns. People that are just not qualified to have guns, and it's scary. It's very scary, and I think that's what we need to focus on, than focusing on someone dressing up as a woman and dancing and lollygagging around. That's more detrimental to our society.
Well, it's all the sleight of hand. It's like, hey, look over here while I do something over here. And going back to a lot of that, and apparently I can't form my question right now. What is your cause in life, and what do you want to change? What is the one thing you would want to see change?
I would want to see change, which is very hard, and I've been told that I was reaching for the stars, but everybody just getting along and not worrying about who has more, who has less. We're just all existing on this earth and letting it flow together and just singing and making music and making produce and making money and just getting along. Just a nice little factory of the world, just loving each other. That's what I really want. And as far as change, I just want people to sometimes learn how to not be so serious about things and know when to be serious and when not to be serious, and just not take things so seriously,
Well, earlier, that wraps into my next kind of point. Is earlier you said that usually when you do something, it is for the advancement of yourself.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes.
However, I don't think that's true at all.
Right.
You just got done doing probably one of the best things Dallas has experienced in years,
Right.
which was the Dallas Entertainment Awards.
Right.
For those that don't know, the Dallas Entertainment Awards was kind of a fabulous idea by Mr. Dezi here. And what you did was essentially take the Observer Awards, or the Dallas Grammys, and revive it from the death and make it better.
Yeah.
Because what you've done is you've taken away the panel of judges,
Yes.
and made it finally about the
community.
crowd.
Yeah, the crowd. Yeah.
So it's not a panel of judges voting. It is the peers.
It is 100%
And so it's like,
the
if you can
peers.
mobilize your audience, that's who's going to win.
That's right.
So as a matter of fact, you don't do things just for yourself. This was for everybody. This was for the Dallas community. And why'd you do it?
Well, I did it because I want to see people. The number one thing about Dez is bringing people together. I have always loved. I'm a hippie at heart. I've always.
You said on an Andrew Sherman interview you had an afro, and we all still want to see that.
Yeah,
photo.
you know what I'm saying. I'm definitely a hippie at heart. I'm all about peace, and I could totally see myself in 1969 at Woodstock. I could see myself, probably being a Black Panther. I just could see myself just doing
you
so
know what's
much.
fucking hilarious is right before you walked in, what was I listening to?
What were you listening to?
The live 3-disc album.
Oh
of
shoot!
Woodstock.
I have that too. I have that.
Oh man.
No,
But-
yeah. I love peace. I love I love everybody getting along, singing. I notice when I perform, especially in the beginning of my career, I would have a room full of people of different styles, of lifestyles and everything, but I could make them all come together and enjoy that one moment. That's how I see the world. That's how I want the world to be.
So, going back though to the Dallas Entertainment Awards.
Yes.
How'd you think it went, man? It finally happened. Thank you for my trophy.
You're welcome. Well, you're welcome. You thank the people. The people voted for you. Well, that's just, with that being said, all of the musicians, everybody in one room for one purpose, to celebrate each other, to celebrate Dallas and the scene. It was completely magnetic. It was amazing. It turned out better than I thought it would.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
It turned out
I'm
better
not a religious man, and I'll say, God, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
The amount of people in that room
Yeah.
that never would have been in the room together
Right.
without that event was insane. The amount of contacts that people made. Like, even if you are not nominated or win, I highly recommend going or going to the pre-events. Like right now, you literally have a board together right now, and you guys need volunteers, correct?
Yes, we are going to be in need of volunteers. Right now, we have a straight up committee, and we're working on all of the logistics and the marketing things. But we're going to need lots of help from everyone as far as getting the word out there, and not only so much getting the word out there, just with the logistics of the show. And we're going to need sponsorships. So if anybody's listening to this, we're going to be reaching out trying to get sponsorships. Because
what would be the email for people that if they hear this, they want to sponsor?
Dallas Entertainment Awards at gmail.com.
Dallas Entertainment Awards at gmail.com. That is a mouthful.
Yes.
Yeah, which I found funny because when I was first trying to promote it, I was like, this is a mouthful. I'm going to shorten it. Well, that spells DEA.
Right.
So there's another organization that kind of has the go-to on that one.
Yeah. Which we want to be in the future. We want to be the DEA for the music musicians and people in the entertainment industry. Almost to the point where we're almost creating a small union where people can start having get better insurance. Not better insurance, but get the end to get insurance. A lot of musicians
actually insurance.
Yeah, a lot of musicians don't have insurance, or if they making sure that they all sign up for Dallas culture. So if they don't get paid because a gig didn't or a place didn't reach the quota, then they're going to get paid from the city. Just making sure that everybody's like.
So is it kind of like a way that if you want to do showcase events for the Dallas Entertainment Awards, what you could do is go, hey, if you're a venue and you want to host these because it's going to have a shit ton of people coming on, you have to guarantee each musician X, Y, or Z in terms of payment.
So I don't want to get too much into the logistics of Dallas culture, but I don't know if you know about the CAP. There's a application that you can apply for. It's within the Dallas culture, and what it does is it considers you as an artist, and if you perform anywhere in the city, and just say for instance you perform at Trees or Three Links, we'll say Three Links for example, and your price is $800. You're probably not going to make $800 at Three Links.
God no.
But guess what? Because you're a CAP artist, all you got to do is they can send a request and you'll get your $800. That's the type of stuff that I want to educate our musicians in Dallas about, to make sure that they are using all of the funds and all of the resources to be the best musicians they can be. A lot of the times I have been blocked because I didn't know about these things. Had I known, oh my gosh, I probably would be on a totally different level, right now. So that's why I say the Dallas Entertainment will become a DEA for musicians. Or if we find out that there was
when I
a
say
venue
DEA,
that didn't,
I meant Drug Enforcement Agency.
Yeah, but when if someone performs at a little rinky-dink spot and they were promised, there's a contract, they were promised to get paid and they didn't get paid, we're gonna come. We're gonna call them. We're gonna go after them.
So you are basically unofficially kind of trying to start a Dallas Musicians Union.
Yes, 100%.
That's something if I ever make the Mega Millions or whatever, my dream has always have been to open a musicians hospital here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Like that's literally where I want to do.
I want a center, just like the Deep Ellum Foundation. How the Deep Ellum Foundation has a center that's the mecca system of Deep Ellum. I want to have an actual center for musicians in Dallas, where there's amenities for them to use, but you know what I'm saying. But it's through the
Yeah.
city. You know, I really see that being something that we can attain in the future if we really get together and 501c this man. And
Well, if this thing keeps growing the way that it just has after the first year,
Yeah.
it's insane. So, have you noticed that now that the first one's over, everybody wants a piece of it?
yes, everybody wants a piece of it, which I'm glad because I wanted everybody to want a piece of it at first. But
Hey,
it's
you always
almost
got to do the event
no,
first.
yeah,
for them to
exactly.
come.
It's like the sky is falling. You know, when the you know the little who was it was a nursery rhyme.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody didn't believe him, you know. So it's just that's kind of what it was. I let everybody know. Now they know. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be a part." I'm getting emails of people saying that they want to be a part, and so I'm definitely keeping them in mind. And I still, you know, we're going to reach out to them for volunteer work and everything like that. But yeah, we need all the help that we can get because at the end of the day, this is a community event, and the more people that we have to help, the merrier. You know.
Well, one thing that I do find interesting was that at first you announced the Latino Cultural Center.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, that is a big venue
Yeah.
for the first time. There's no way that they're going to sell that thing out or do it. It was standing room only. And I mean, as in people had to go into the front foyer because they couldn't get into the main theater.
Yeah.
So where the fuck are you going to put it on now? Because like,
You know,
got
we're actually thinking about, you know, because sometimes when you, as an artist or as a producer of shows, sometimes when it looks crowded, it looks good. That made it look great. What if we do it next time at the Windspear Opera? Then it's like a fourth full. You know.
Yeah.
I think I really want to continue to do it at the Latino Cultural Center again.
Because you know you've got a.
I know, and I know that I've got a built-in. Not only that, but they were so gracious to us as well, and it's within the zone of Dallas, so we can get more funding.
And it's in the Deep Ellum Pit.
And it's in exactly.
Yeah.
So to think smart on that, I think that, and we want to utilize the courtyard a little bit more.
For
kinda,
sure.
To kind of make it, because that what was mostly popping was the lobby.
Well, and I mean, the thing is, when you have that January 31st, and here in Texas, just because it's January 31st does not mean it's cold.
It's not.
It was hotter.
It was hot.
It was hot.
It was hot.
We were all sweating that
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Suit jackets and all. I'm like, oh, man, I don't want
And the
to
theme was Start Club last year. Oh, my gosh. Oh, we're going to have the theme. The theme will be announced pretty soon. Oh, well, probably by I don't
Let's say this is October probably when this
But we
will
still
come
haven't
out.
come up with it fully yet.
Yeah,
I don't want to say what it is, and we haven't decided unanimously yet, although we kind of have, but we still want to make sure that it's – because what if that one thing comes up and then we change it?
Can I ask, what are you playing around with? Like, this isn't the theme, but what are y'all thinking?
We're thinking more of inclusion.
Okay.
So where it's not like, you know, where it's creating individuality, celebrating individuality and inclusion. So know that. Yeah. That's a good way of edging on with it. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I got to say, Dezi, that was one of the most fun events. It was awesome. Like, and just to be voted and recognized and to see, you know, once I saw Andrew Sherman's name on the podcast side of things, I was like, oh, I don't have a chance in hell or whatever. And then he won one, I won one. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And it's what you did for, for the musicians. And I've got to say this, there's always something for musicians and everything, but there's never like an audio engineer of the year award. There's no, you know,
sound tech,
lighting techs or anything. And what you did is you made all parts of production feel welcome and included.
That's what it was all about. You know, I knew that the categories are very ambitious, but I did that on purpose because I want everybody to feel good and feel celebrated. It's not about you didn't win, well, good luck next time. Everybody's, at the end of the day, during that season, it felt like everybody was a winner. Nobody really still felt bad that they lost, you know?
No.
We're getting a little bit more, speaking of panelists, the only time we're definitely gonna get a judge of panels for the recordings, though.
What do you mean?
As far as the musical content, we're gonna get music engineers, people that are in the to kind of, because we don't want. What I was afraid of last year, I kind of had some out of the city people to help me with that, but if you go with majority votes. And then sometimes I don't want to say the word crappy, but you might get a low quality song that might win Song of the Year. So we got to. That's the only thing that we have to kind of.
I get it.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's representing the city as well.
Because you bring up something, like it's the Dallas Entertainment Awards, but you had bands from Fort Worth. There were bands from Garland. There was musicians from all over the place.
Right.
What made you decide that that's cool when somebody like, the Fort Worth Awards come out and they will not fuck with anyone from Dallas?
Right.
So, like, do you think next year it'll be more zip code oriented,
No.
or are you just like, no, everybody's welcome?
Everybody's. At the end of the day, it's DFW. Dallas comes before Fort Worth.
Noogie said it best with Fort Worthless.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're all one big metroplex, and they can separate it how I want. But I think everybody, Denton, Fort Worth, I think within the metroplex, everybody's welcome within this. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of Denton artists perform in Dallas. Sure. The whole thing about it is if you perform in venues within the because a lot of Denton artists perform here more than they perform in Denton. So we don't have time to be trying to decipher all of that. We'll figure it out once you get to the nomination process. We'll be like, oh, maybe not. But 9 times out of 10, if you're being nominated by the people, that means you're in.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Well, couple of questions
Yes.
I do want to ask you before, we talk about the last song here.
Yes.
You are a bit of a fashion icon in Dallas.
Okay, you could say that.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. What's one thing you wish people would stop doing?
Wearing flip-flops with socks.
Wearing flip-flops with socks?
No, let me
Yeah,
stop.
no, I feel you on that.
That and now I've always been a fan of the cowboy phase, but I notice everybody's really into it now.
Well, you can thank Charlie Crockett for that.
Charlie Crockett and Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce's really blazing that
Everybody's
right now.
really into it now, so I wouldn't say stop that, but, there's just certain things. It's not everything ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll say, but one of my main pet peeves fashion-wise is proportionizing for women, and for men, what makes you look tall and broad and makes people look like, you know what I mean? And when I say proportionize for women, it's, if you have a long torso or you have a short torso, know how to make sure that it's proportionized, But, yeah.
I just wish men would stop sagging.
Don't we all?
I don't get it. Like, I really
I don't get it either. I can't stand it. It's been something that has been a pet peeve of mine since I was a kid. My brothers do it. Everybody do it. I just can't stand it.
Well, we do have some other little questions here.
No,
we'll
that's
get
fine.
to.
We're talking about it, whatever,
What is the dish you miss the most from your grandmother's restaurant, Vern's?
Ooh, that's a good, okay, there's 2. Because on any given Thursday, which today is Thursday, Thanksgiving was every Thursday in my family.
Okay, just a big family gathering.
Well, not even so much of the family gathering, but every Thursday, my grandmother's restaurant featured turkey and dressing.
Ooh.
So it was like, so when Thanksgiving comes around and everybody's all excited for turkey and dressing, we're just like, we have that every week because that's what so I love my grandmother's dressing. I love the giblet gravy with the cranberry juice, cranberry sauce, and the strips of turkey on it or chicken. It all depends on how the market was. If it was good market, turkey. If it was okay, chicken.
Now, do you cook?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Do you ever because you obviously had to work in the back with your grandmother quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what did she teach you that you still use every day in your cooking?
You know what? Pretty much everything, but I've incorporated so many other things from being a part of the society. But as far as really how I cook is really from her. The way I cook short ribs. Everybody in the family talks about my grandmother's breakfasts. I make breakfast just like her. The dressing, the stuffing that people, I make it just, I cook, pretty much just like it. I make greens. I love to cook greens. I love prepping food. I love being in my kitchen watching TV. That's what we did growing up. The kitchen was where the TV was. So there was always food and something boiling or something, while the TV was on, so. Yeah, I picked up a lot with that. Growing up with my grandmother too, I had to get up early sometimes and help peel potatoes, and I used to hate it. And so I never thought that I would actually really like to cook. I actually went to a restaurant one day, but I used to say that I didn't want to have anything to do with this place. I'll take the money, but
Oh, and then we grow up and we realize, there wasn't that much money in that.
right,
What was
exactly,
I thinking on that one?
exactly. My poor grandmother.
So we've come to that. This is my last kind of fun little quick question for you
Yeah.
here. You said in an interview that you grew up watching I Love Lucy.
Oh,
If there was a reboot and you had to recast the reboot, who are you putting as who are you casting?
oh my gosh! Like, is it like famous people or people we know or?
It could be anybody. Like I thought, like Ricky Ricardo's band, I would have Cayuga All Stars as the as Ricardo's band.
They would totally be a part of the orchestra.
Yeah.
But Dezi Arnaz is me.
Okay.
That's who I named myself after. So
Okay.
I now as much as I love Lucy,
Okay.
I love Desi just as much. I loved his smooth black hair. I loved his style. I loved the way he dressed. I loved how he danced. And so, like, I would totally be Ricky Ricardo.
Okay.
Now, I would probably have one of my drag queen sisters. Now, you know Delilah Dubois,
Yes.
the burlesque dancers? Now, she could
Yes.
probably be my Lucy.
Okay.
Because we actually were going to do something together called I Love D, Lila. With Dezi and Delilah. And we were going to do this. We still kind of might think about doing it. So that's why it's so funny you say that. Who would be Fred and Ethel? I don't know.
That's a good question.
John J. Myers Tuttle could be Fred.
Now, have you heard the news? John Jay actually bought my mom's house.
I heard about that.
Oh yeah, John Jay's now living in my where me and Veronica hooked up. John Jay's sleeping there now.
John Jay would totally be Fred Mertz. So I guess I don't know who would be Ethel because he's not married.
Oh, I'm trying to think of who would be a good Ethel.
Who would be a good Ethel?
This is a good
You know
one.
who would be a good Ethel? Possibly could be Leah.
From Rose Garden Funeral
Yeah.
Party? Oh, I don't think of her as goofy, but I think
What?
I see. I don't hang out with her. Like I don't know. I only knew her when she was a kid, man. Like
Leah, he just said he don't think of you as goofy. Honey.
well,
She's a goofer.
She does a really good job with her marketing. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, she does a good job with it, but Leah is a goofball. Like
And Leah, by the way, if you ever want to come on the show, please come on. Yeah.
I could see her being Ethel and I could see Lucy being Delilah, and they don't even know each other.
That would be fantastic. Now,
Little Ricky would be my cat, I guess.
Now, how do we get a pilot going on? And look who walked through the door.
Honey, I'm home.
It's everyone's favorite Veronica.
Lady V.
We were just talking about Desi Five's favorite show was I Love Lucy. So if you had to recast a reboot, who would be? We were talking about Ethel, and he thinks Leah from Rose Garden.
She could be Ethel because he's like, I don't think Leah's good. I'm like, she's goofy, baby. She's right.
It's funny because my mom sometimes says that Veronica's Lucy and I'm Ethel.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Lucy and Ethel. Okay.
Which we did find out, didn't when? So during COVID, I got really into genealogy.
Okay.
And I Love Lucy was like my great, 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 great aunt by marriage.
Who's talking about Lucille Ball?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, by marriage, like 4 removed. Oh, yeah. So there we go.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, so your family were communists. No, just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just
No,
playing.
I am a fan of communism, so yeah. Lead on, brothers.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, comrade.
She got in trouble for being a communist or something like that.
But she wasn't even like.
She
really,
wasn't.
She was just a.
She was because her grandfather was.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Like, I love when people are like, he's communist. I'm like, no, he's just very centrist, and we've gotten so far removed.
I'm still confused about the whole thing anyway, but we can talk about it later.
Wow, we'll have a good social studies lesson after you leave here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we've come up on everything. We've talked about the Dallas Entertainment Awards. We've talked about the new album.
Mm-hmm.
The last song that we're going to play is one of my favorites, Key at the Door.
Oh, you like that?
Now, I know that you have more than likely written this about someone.
Several people.
Several people.
Several. Yes. Yeah, you hear the complexity in the song alone. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it before it plays. Or
Yes,
is that the
this is once it plays,
well,
we
this
done.
is it.
We
Okay.
done.
Well, the complexities of Key at the Door. First of all, Key at the Door was when you talk about work. That's the hardest song on the album that we had to record. It took the longest to record. It took the most work to record. There's so many layers of musicians and so many layers of tracks on this record compressed into this one sound. It took almost 6 or 7 months to really complete the song because it was from not being satisfied to needing more to even musician family drama.
Well, I love
Like
because you talk about the complexities of it. I love the drum
Yeah.
in that song. Is that Gummy Bear that did that?
Oh no, that is Jackie Whitmill, darling.
Okay.
Oh, that is all Jackie Whitmill. And let me tell you something. The goal for this song was to channel Shaka Khan's "I Know You, I Live You," married with Luther Vandross' "Never Too Much,"
I see that.
with a little spice of Tina Marie Square Biz, with a little inch of SOS Band. Take your time, do it right.
You
It's a conundrum of all of that. Now it is.
Now,
Yeah.
what for you? What is your favorite lyric in this song?
Ooh, that's a good question. No matter what you do, I leave a key at the door. No matter what you say, baby. That's like my number one thing. Yeah, and then plus it's like who I am. Like no matter we can fight or whatever, or if I love you, there's always a key at the door. I have one of those little locks that you put your little code in, and if you know the code, I'm not there. Go ahead, you got the code, or someone might have made it. A guy that I talked to might not, might have pissed me off, but then he kind of made his way in, and it's a key at the door. There's always a key at the door. Whether if you want to come in, honey, that's up to you.
So
Love me, hate me, or leave me.
So that's interesting. It's like if you deny me, there's always a chance for you to come back in, and it's on you.
Yeah, once I'm like the Kardashians, baby, and I know a lot of people say,
Which one?
All of them.
All of them?
Once you're in with the Kardashians, you're in with them forever. If you fucked with me, if you've ever been a boyfriend of mine or
You
any
give me
type
Chloe. You give me Chloe vibes.
Hey, there you go. if you're not going anywhere, I don't care. Like I'm still in touch with my first love. Now we might not be into each other anymore, but I can still message them. I still remember their birthdays. I still text them. If you were important to me, you're not going anywhere. So that's really what Key at the Door stands for. The complexities of the relationships or whatever the situation may be, there's still always a key at the door if there was a place in my heart for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question before we leave, and it's been a beautiful interview with you, Dezi.
Yes.
15-year-old walks up to you after a show and says they want to be Dezi. What advice do you give to them that, like, with all your years of knowledge, what advice would you give to a young Dezi lover?
I'm so sorry for laughing, but I'm going to answer that. And I'll tell you what I'm laughing after this is over.
No, I want to know why you're at it.
So, okay, back in the day, I'll make this quick. These girls that used to hang around my rock band were called gypsies. And our line used to always be like, 15-year-old sucking cock. So,